long story short, I actually got pregnant when I was 15 years old. Yowza. I was horrified. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to say, and instantly when I got pregnant, the relationship between me and the baby's father changed, and the relationship between my parents and me changed, and the relationship with me and my friends changed, and my whole life was tipped upside down, and I didn't know who I was after that. I didn't even know who I was before that, but I certainly didn't know who I was after that.
This is a bit of a different story than all the other ones, I guess. Can you hear me? Good evening, Mrs. Minnick, platform guests, teachers, parents, and graduates. Not being more than a child myself, I did not know what to do when I found out that I was pregnant, knowing that I would be responsible for a little person of my own. No, mine's over there. During the first trimester of my pregnancy, I came to the conclusion that there was no way that I could ever have a baby and still finish my high school education. I didn't see high school as an option for my future because my marks in school have always been average or below, and I never thought that they could be anything more. The thought of being a mother was out of the question as well. I felt that it would be very unfair for the child to grow up with an inadequate mother who didn't know the first thing about kids and who didn't have a very promising future. Besides, the thought of myself walking up and down the halls in a regular high school scared me enough not to even attempt the challenge. Needless to say, at 15 years old, my self-esteem was very low, and I was in an extreme case of horror and confusion. The thought of raising a child scared me, but even worse was the thought of facing my own future.
Don't be afraid of failure. You cannot be afraid of failure. Even if bad things happen, you can't just look at your life and look at the past and be like, well, that was stupid, or that was terrible, or shame on me, or, you know, you can't add a bunch of labels to your past like that. Because, you know, if you were to look back in time and you look at your past, all those negative experiences you've been through probably made you a little bit more courageous. They probably made you a little bit more understanding of other people and understanding of yourself. And, I mean, you lived through it. And you know those really, really hard days where you're just like, my gosh, this day was horrible. Everything went wrong with it. We all have those days. But you have to look at those days as just write-offs. You know, if you destroy a car, just write it off. You know, that was a bad day. But be thankful that that day brought you over to the next day. Right? Where positive things can happen. That is so important, and that is the key to resiliency, is bouncing back. Being able to be stretched out of shape just so far where you think you're gonna break and you don't know what's gonna happen. And then just making good decisions. See, we want to make bad decisions when stressful things happen. We want to take the pain away with food or drugs or alcohol or sex sometimes, or whatever it is, our weakness, whatever our choice of whatever. But, you know, it's so important to just love yourself and be able to press on.
I would like to say from experience that life is only hard on us if we choose to let it be hard on us. It is the individual who determines their own goals, their own feelings, and their own personal outlook on life. If one decides to live their life with a negative attitude, then they are never going to enjoy anything. But if one keeps optimistic and turns lemons into lemonade, they then will enjoy life as a vast learning experience, and life's problems won't seem as big. And memories will be something to treasure, not to regret. Thank you.